Hi, Olga, Successful Parents Agency here with you. First of all, I would like to thank you all who send us your comments and questions in direct messages. We appreciate all of them, and I will later group them into topics to make sure that gradually we answer all of them in our short stories. Now, today, let's continue our series of short videos explaining what surrogacy is in Ukraine and how it works. Now, some people still think surrogacy is some weird and strange phenomenon, but actually, it's very well practiced, and in Ukraine, this practice is legally supported by the government. So let's see how surrogacy is organized in Ukraine and why we people in Ukraine perceive it as something normal and not stressing. Now, as I said, surrogacy is legal in Ukraine, and this comes from the basic understanding of the governing bodies that every woman has a right to have a child. To make surrogacy go smoothly, we have a number of legislative acts. It is supported by the Civil Code, the Family Code of Ukraine, and the very extended instruction from the Ministry of Health of Ukraine. If you want to learn more about the legal part of the surrogacy process, then I welcome you to visit our website. I will leave the link in the description below. Surrogacy in Ukraine is widely practiced and people can talk about it openly. It means that we have lots of forums where people can exchange their experience. We have Facebook groups. We can advertise for surrogacy, and basically people are not afraid of what surrogacy is, are not afraid to talk about it or to express their attitude towards it. This means that if you cannot carry your own baby and you come to your doctor, and if your doctor sees that the only solution for you is surrogacy, then your doctor will openly talk to you about that. He will mention your options and the decision will be yours. Now, the good thing about the fact that surrogacy was never prohibited in Ukraine and is widely practiced is that our doctors actually have a great experience in the synchronization processes, the protocols, and in general understanding of how process should be organized. Now, surrogacy in Ukraine is arranged in a form of a contract between a surrogate mother, the intended parents, and the clinic. And in 99% of cases, that arrangement envisages financial compensation for the surrogate mother. Of course, we're not talking about the cases when a surrogate mother is a close relative, for example. But in most cases in Ukraine, surrogate mother is just a third person who is willing to carry your baby. Now, the most important point I would like to make is that a surrogate mother never carries her own baby within the surrogacy program. She cannot be genetically linked to the baby. So before you continue listening to the series of our short stories about surrogacy, let's agree that we all understand that surrogate mother is not selling her baby. She is carrying your baby, and she is performing or providing you with such services based on your arrangement and financial compensation. The most correct term for a surrogate mother is a gestational carrier, and this is exactly how the essence of surrogacy is described. The surrogate mother carries your baby. She is not a mother, and the law of Ukraine does not recognize her as a mother of the baby. Now, let's also touch base of some misperception of surrogacy that exists among people in different countries. Now, the common misunderstanding of surrogacy comes from three basic sources. The first source is a religion background of a certain country. This particularly is true in case with such countries as Italy, Spain, maybe Portugal, Japan, and Muslim society, of course. Now, the second source of anxiety towards surrogacy and misperception about surrogacy comes from, of course, mass media. Now, newspapers and internet portals, until most recent time, have been the main source of creating horror stories about surrogacy. Uh, Add here some Hollywood movies, and you will get the whole picture. And the third source of misunderstanding of surrogacy comes from mere lack of knowledge. And this is why I'm here talking to you, because a lot of people in Europe, in America, in South America, in Asia, in different countries still don't understand what surrogacy is, and sometimes even don't know that such option actually exists. To me, who is working for many years in the sphere of surrogacy, sometimes it feels strange when people say that they never heard about such option as surrogacy. Now, my advice to all couples who are just investigating the field of surrogacy and who maybe want to take further steps in it is as follows: be reasonable, be progressive, try to search for information in various languages, try to talk to people, try to find Facebook groups, try to find forums where you can listen or read about people's experience. Ask for references if you speak to agency or a clinic. Ask for references of people who have already been through the whole process, and uh, then your anxiety will turn into hope, and maybe we'll meet and we'll help you finally become parents. Now, bye bye, and see you in our next video.